My spring break was pretty laid back this year, but I wanted to film it anyway in case anyone wants to live vicariously through me. But don't expect this to be a crazy vlog or anything. I literally didn't do anything for the first few days of my break because I was sick, which sucked, so I didn't record those days. I had stayed home from school almost the entirety of the previous week, so technically I had an extended spring break, but it didn't feel like it because I was so sick. Anyway, here's the footage I got. I started off my day by watching Mr. Beast. I know his audience is mostly little kids these days, but he has actually been one of my favorite YouTubers since 2017. Then I started rewatching this show called Special Forces. It's where a bunch of celebrities go through military training and do crazy shit like this. After a few episodes of that, I ate some ice cream and watched Quinn and Lorraine. I went through like a gallon of ice cream in a week because of my sickness, but we will ignore that. Anyway, I did some online shopping for my friend's birthday, and I played a few rounds of Valorant, which was fun. I figured I should probably do something productive during the day, so I worked on my driver's ed. Then I got McDonald's for dinner, which was fire, and yes, I'm dipping that chicken nugget in Chick-fil-A sauce. I did a few tier lists for fun because I was very bored, and then I watched more of Special Forces. JoJo Siwa is featured on that show, and low-key, she's an icon. I've never understood the JoJo hate. Anyway, I showered and brushed my teeth. This is the toothpaste I use every night. It's by Hi Smile, and you can see I'm obsessed because I have so many different flavors. Then I ended the night by listening to some music to prepare for the concert that I'm going to the next day. Started off this day with some Bloxburg on Roblox, and yes, that is Sinjin and Drowning in the upper left-hand corner because they are the superior YouTubers, obviously. I've made $5 million in that game over the last week, and I finally unlocked the delivery job plaque, which is an accomplishment for me because I've been playing this game for as long as I can remember. Then it was time for me to pick out my outfit for the show, which was one of the best parts. I love picking out outfits. I was either going to wear a Billie Eilish tour shirt or a Sabrina Carpenter tee, and I went with the Sabrina tee. And then it was time to go. It was a long drive full of cornfields, but it was worth it. The artist I went to see was Role Model. We got to the venue around 6:30, and there were a ton of people lined up. As soon as we got into the venue, I headed to the merch stand. Then we checked out our seats. They were on the balcony, so you don't have to worry about heads being in the way or whatever like you have to worry about on the floor. The view was literally perfect, and I got some great videos throughout the night, which I will for sure show later. This was the opener, Debbie Dawson. I kind of got obsessed with her drummer. I really want to learn the drums someday because Josh Dunn is like my idol. And then it was time for a Role Model to get on. The drive home was so dark, but we made it home at like 2 a.m. and then I ate some pizza rolls. The first thing I did was admire the merch I got from the previous night. I ended up getting the red tote and then the white tour shirt, which I put on right away in the morning. I spent most of my morning on TikTok watching different point of views from last night. Then I got on my computer and watched YouTube before finally completing my driver's ed. I low-key crashed out during the final exam since I failed it the first time, but it's okay. I'll just have to study more for my temps test, which by the time I'm filming this voiceover, I did pass it, so that's good. Then I ate my well-deserved dinner while watching more YouTube. I know, what a shocker. These were like my childhood favorite YouTubers. They used to be a part of a family channel, but now they're just doing their own thing. And then I ate this cupcake. I did more online shopping for my friend because I'm indecisive and I don't know what Jellycat I want to get her. Then I watched more of Special Forces and it actually got quite graphic, so I don't know if I can show it. I also watched a video by Ben of the Week because it's a new video and I love him and wanted to watch him. Then I spent almost 2 hours watching this live stream of Olivia Rodrigo's first stadium concert, which was amazing. And then I watched Jake Shane's interview with Role Model because I was still feeling the effects of post-concert depression. He is my favorite interviewer, and I'm trying to go to his tour this summer. I edited some photos from the concert while listening to the podcast, which I will insert here. I got some better ones, but I'm gatekeeping those for my Instagram. Then I listened to some more music and went to bed. It was pretty gloomy out today, so I made a yogurt bowl with hopes to lighten the mood. I also prepared the stuff I need for later in the day because I was on dinner duty since I got my whole family sick. Here's me trying to get cinematic shots of my yogurt. And then I cut a singular strawberry because I found out the rest of the carton was rotten. So we're not off to a good start here. This was the finished product. It tasted good, but I've made better. I added granola, walnuts, marmalade, along with some berries. This was one of my favorite yogurts though, so I highly recommend this brand. I ate it with a slice of banana bread while watching Jake Shane's podcast with Renee Rapp. Renee is like my favorite human being on earth, so I frequently go back to that video. That interview made me want to start rewatching The L Word, so then I did that. And then I got cold, so I put on this Wallows crewneck to celebrate the release of their new EP. I'm very music-oriented, if you couldn't tell. I also wanted to clean my room because my floor was getting a bit cluttered with random stuff, so I did that. Then I had to find a place to put my tote bag. I had the idea to use a push pin to hang it up inside of my closet because I didn't want to fold it up, but I also had nowhere else to hang it. And that idea worked out nicely, I think. Then I watched Jake Weber's new video before cooking dinner. I decided to make some pasta with a pink sauce. It took about 2 hours to make because my water was taking forever to boil for some reason, but I got it to cooperate eventually. I also paired it with some bread and a Caesar salad. Turned out great, and I ate it while watching Danny Duncan. Billie Eilish and Quinn filmed a video together, so obviously I had to watch that as well. Then I played more Bloxburg because I'm quite addicted, and I also cried to some music. Then I bought some toothpaste because I had a free coupon. Then I watched Johnny while I waited for the clock to strike 12 so I could listen to the new music being released that night. These were the projects I was most excited for, and obviously Ariana Grande as well. I listened to more by Wallows and then called it a night. I started the day by watching Ludwig's new series, because I hadn't watched any of it yet, and it took me like 3 hours to finish. Well, not finish, but get caught up. Then I played more Bloxburg for an hour or two before practicing my piano. This clip is The Scientist by Coldplay, which is one of my favorite songs to play. And then I started to learn Without You by the Kid Laroi. I'm very much a beginner, so don't hate on me too much. Then I went down a random YouTube rabbit hole, and after that I watched some recordings from concerts because I'm obsessed with them. Then I watched Cutie Cinderella on Twitch for a couple hours before I moved on to a gaming session. And then I listened to some music while writing the script to this video. So that was my spring break.